SKN Carnival Facebook page and YouTube channel and on ZIZ Radio and television. Carnival celebrations redefined for Sugar Mass 49.
This is a virtual experience.
It's just about 27 minutes on to 5, and it's that time for Sugar Fix with the man Monarch. And let me take you across to Monarch and his lovely guests in the studio this afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Chico, and good afternoon to all the listeners and viewers to ZIZ Radio and, of course, all its social media platforms, including SKN's Carnival social media platforms as well. We're here for episode 5 of Sugar Fix, where we update you on all things Sugar Mass 49, and it's the virtual experience. I have in studio with me today Miss Desi Brown. She's coming off, I'm sure, a spectacular birthday. And she's, of course, co-producer for the Carnival Committee's virtual production and all of the events that you've seen so far. So welcome, Desi. How are you doing today?
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure. I am fine, thanks.
All right. Working hard, but you're, still looking like you're energized still for more work to come.
Yes, thank God for the pharmacists at Farm Care, because I would probably be falling down right now, yes. It's a lot of hard work, but we're standing firm.
So you, the Carnival Committee, of course, has staged 4 events so far, which was the virtual Calypso Tent series.
Yes.
How has that gone?
Well, the Calypso Tent actually was really, really good. The series was interesting. I think we can all agree it was quite entertaining to see what the Calypsonians brought. I see that we're now debating road march out of the Calypso tents, but I think it was a really tremendous showcase of talent, of lyrics, of music, wit, commentary. It was really, really a really, really good showcase for the Calypsonians.
All right. And as it relates to production, how did that go?
It was seamless, surprisingly, because I'm doing this now in this capacity. It's a bit new for some of us, especially the Carnival Committee as well, having to be able to produce so many shows virtually, because it was usually just the major shows at the end of the month. It would have been the pageants and the Calypso finals, but whereas now we're starting from the very top, right? We have the opening Carnival coming up, but we've had the tents already, and 4 of them being well produced. I think we were good with time. We seem to have been good with the streaming. Flow is a sponsor, so thanks to Flow for pouring us up with wonderful internet to be able to keep our stream online, to be able to send out our culture and stuff to the world.
Yeah, interesting that you say that, because normally when we're streaming shows, you always hear of complaints, but haven't heard any of that this year. And I know I looked lately, and the views are, approaching maybe 50,000.
We're getting there
on all platforms. So that's
we're getting there.
Very, very interesting. Now, you did mention the opening of Carnival this coming week, so tell us a little bit more, a lot more about that.
All right, so this Friday we'll be having the opening of Carnival, which is going to begin at 7:30 p.m. And we're going to be having a massive showcase of culture and a massive celebration of our Carnival. And it's going to be heavily featuring all of the winners from the pageants. Calypsonians, we have the reigning Groovy Monarch King in Mr. Ruckus. Ruckus HE, actually, he'll be bringing his dancers for a nice showcase. We'll be having Collision Band. We have a very, very special treat of some of our favorite local our 869 songs with Colin Wyatt and Dejour and Mr. Mention, as well as Infamous. And we'll have some of our other spectacular talent. We have a New Vision on board, actually doing a very a Nevis special for us. Within that medley, which will be Miss Vinal Powell, you have Kyla and Mimi doing a duet, a massive
interesting.
vocalist coming on there to put together a really nice showcase. We're going to be backed by the Bacchanalist crew. We're very, very excited about this presentation. We're also going to have some folklore, the masquerades, the bull, the actors, and of course some very short presentations by the chairperson herself as well as the minister. It's going to be a very, very packed production, but not long. Very packed, not long, but very, very interesting. The way in which it's going to be produced, especially with the theatrical element and so forth, it's going to be a showcase to remember.
And this takes place where?
It's going to be at the Carnival Village, but it's just a virtual experience. So for persons to experience it, they're going to have to log in to the St. Kitts National Carnival page, the St. Kitts Nevis National Carnival page, as well as the YouTube page. So Facebook, YouTube, as well as ZIZ TV, ZIZ Radio, and ZIZ social media pages as well. That's YouTube and Facebook. So it's going to be closed off to a audience.
So no
coming
physical
in.
audience.
Not quite. not quite. So we're gonna be having it strictly virtually. We see what's happening right now. We want to be careful and be as precautious as we can in this time.
And this takes place when?
On Friday at 7:30 p.m.
Friday at 7:30 p.m. Okay, great. And I know that you said that you're celebrating the 869 songs. So some of those famous songs as well. And I see that I'm actually looking at the poster now. You have a couple Calypsonians on here as well. Queen Independent.
Yes,
King
we also
Socrates.
have the Calypsonians there who are going to be doing some of their pieces, and we'll be having the junior Calypsonians as well. So we really have as many winners as we could have possibly had, showcasing their best self and their best of their culture and their art forms.
Now, one of the things that has impressed me so far is the fact that, we're not on an all-night show. Some of these live shows in the Calypso tent, they go forever and ever and ever. I mean, you guys are doing in very decent time. So, what time frame are we looking for the opening?
Approximately 2 hours.
2 hours.
2.5 hours thereabout. Giving ourselves some wiggle room for any spillage. But we know that we're competing for people's attention. Virtual is totally different to having a massive physical audience who's going to be there until the end. So we really have to pay attention to some of that extra detail when we're producing these shows online, because you're looking at it on your phone and then you're going to have messages popping up and things distracting you here, there and everywhere, because I think a lot of the data shows that most people access these things via their mobile device, their cell phone. So it's really important for us to be able to keep people engaged and have something that's really, really interesting that they can tune into without keeping them for a very long time.
And going forward, what are some of the other production as it relates to virtual that you guys are going to be involved in?
All right, so we have the Illuminations coming up on Saturday and Sunday. So we're going to have Legends Band and Proud Sounds mixed on both nights to select the 15 Calypsonians that's going to go towards the final Calypso night, which is the 29th of December. And we're also going to have from the Illuminations, we're going to be moving into a show we call Icons, which is going to be a musical journey taking us to the past to celebrate our road match winners. And we're going to have the bands, Small Axe Band, New Vibes Band. We're going to also have Bacchanalist crew backing with some of our soca artists and so forth to be able to sing some of those other later songs, because we're going to have some interesting facts as well displayed about the musical journey, because we would have seen a massive transition from individuals to bands and then a transition in the type of sound that we had. So it's going to also be a learning experience for the viewers, and we're also very happy that it's going to be streamlined streamed online. So we, be able to really show people what our culture has evolved into, right? And from that, we're going to have Panorama, which is going to be a competition between 8 steel pan, between Nevis and St. Kitts. We're going to be showcasing their talents as well, their mastery in steel pan culture, and that's going to be on the 23rd of December. Where on that night, we're also going to be featuring some of the soca artists as well. So, we don't have any, so we've been able to merge some of these things to be able to include them to perform. And there is something different coming for Panorama that I'm looking forward to a lot. I'm not going to talk about it just yet, so I'm going to encourage persons to log in for that.
Okay.
And then, of course, on the 29th, we have the Calypso show. There's a lot of other things happening as well in between the Ministry of Culture and SKN Carnival, but those are some of the highlights for now.
All right. Well, just make sure that when you're breaking news, you break it here at ZIZ. Since, of course, ZIZ is a platinum
sponsor,
the platinum
yes.
media partner. So, all right. Well, Desi, just one more time, can you give us the details again? Because we have Cherise here, and we're going to get into the Calypso eliminations this weekend. So just the information on the opening again this coming Friday for folks who may have missed it earlier.
So this coming Friday, we're going to have the opening of Carnival. It's going to be a massive explosion of culture, a massive explosion of the celebration of our Carnival. So we're going to be featuring a lot of the winners from Calypso, Junior Calypso, Senior Calypso. We're going to have the reigning female Calypso Queen. We're going to have Mr. Rufus H.E. and some amazing vocalists showcasing some of the best of our St. Kitts songs, and we can't pack everything in. We're going to have Colin Wyatt, Dijon, Mr. Mention. We're going to have Kyla and Mimi. We're going to have Vinel Powell and out of Nevis. Very, very, and it's notable to actually mention that the 2 junior Calypso monarchs are from Nevis.
Correct.
So we'll be having
Invincible
them as
and
well,
the Herald.
and the Herald,
Yes.
All right, and we're gonna have the Collision Band to wrap up the night. DJ Terra has been booked as well to give us a little juggle, and we're gonna have EK assisting us with the hosting of that event. So it's really going to be a massive production. So I'm hoping that everyone will be able to tune in, and it's going to be aired on the St. Kitts and Nevis National Carnival page. That's the Facebook page as well as the YouTube page, and on ZIZ Radio TV as well as the social media pages.
All right. Well, there you have it from Desi Brown co-production for all of the virtual events that you've been seeing so far on episode 5 of Sugar Fix. And what we normally do, we're going to get a chance this week. We didn't get a chance last week to play a song, but this song I consider to be the road march so far from Lala, and it's called Carnival at Home. We're going to play that, and then we're going to come back with Cherise. She's going to tell us all about the Calypso eliminations this coming weekend. Thank you, Desi.
You're back in me? You're back in me? You're back in me? Back in Carnival start now, boy. Hey. We keeping we carnival at home. We keeping we carnival at home. They say we can't go to town to watch the war square and clown. So we keeping we carnival at home. Hey, we keeping we carnival at home. We keeping we carnival at home. They say we can't go to town to watch the masquerade and clown. So I keep it my carnival at home. Say we can't go to town to watch the masquerade and clown. We can't see the maca zombie We can't see the nigga business. We can't see Ashley Ellis troop. We can't see new wives round around. So we keep it. We can have all at home. Keep it. We can have all at home. We keep it. We can have all at home. So we can't go to town to watch the masquerade and clown. So we keep it. We can have all at home. Can have all at home. Keep it, we can have all at home. Put the speaker in the corner to cool on your under, and you could hire grandmasters. Hey, keep. You backing me? Keep your cattle at home. We can't come out, boy. All here we are walking the morning sun. This is time now, we have some fun. But they're coming to tell me, Lala, this year, Lala, all of that done. Well, you know, competition, we love to jam. And we love to walk up behind, oh, mama, mama. Now the corona telling me, Lala, this year, boy, all of that. Hey! Keep it, we can have all at home. Keep it, we can have all at home. Put the speaker in the corner, put the cooler in the veranda, and you could hire Randy Rascal. Hey! You backing me?
All right, welcome back to episode 5 of Sugar Fix. And you were listening, of course, to King Lala. And he says we're keeping the carnival at home the same. And I'm telling you, just listen to the words, eh? Just listen to the words of the song and you're going to get it. That's what I'm telling you, our unofficial road march for Sugar Mass 49. All right, so we're back. And as I mentioned earlier, we're going to talk Calypso. And we have the chairperson of the Calypso subcommittee, Miss Cherise Quealy, in studio. Good afternoon, Cherise. How are you doing today?
Good afternoon. I'm fine, thank you.
All right. So this week you have the big Calypso eliminations. 2 nights. How are you going to split up the 2 nights? Do you have a specific number of Calypsonians that's going to perform on each night?
Yes, I do.
All right. How many Calypsonians on each night?
Well, on the Saturday night, I'll be having 18 Calypsonian performing, and on the Sunday night, I'll be having 19 Calypsonian performing.
So 18 and 19. That's what, 37? I think it sounds like 37. 18 and 19 sounds like 37 to me. And what about the setup for the show? Now I know the tents. There was a pre-show at 7:30, and the actual show got going at 8 o'clock. Tell us about the setup.
Well, for this weekend, we are starting the show at 7:30 p.m.
Okay, so the actual show starts at 7:30. There's no pre-show.
Production sound, I guess they will do their pre-whatever, but the Calypsonians, them are to be there by 6:30 because they're coming on for 7:30.
All right, and you say you have Calypsonians from both tents on each night. So you're gonna have the 2 bands.
Yes, I'm gonna have the 2 bands, but first, Legend will go first. Their first 8 performance will perform first. After the 8 performance, then Proud Sound 10 performance. So that's how I'll be doing it for Saturday night.
Okay, so it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be everybody, all 37 people pick a number, and wherever your number is.
Well, we already had picking on yesterday, so that's how they're coming out for Saturday night. Based on your number you pick, you're performing Saturday or Sunday.
Okay, and so you're gonna have all of the Calypsonians singing with the Legends band. They will go first, and then all of the Calypso. Okay, so it's not mixed in between. All right. And what about judging? What's the status? How much judges are you gonna have?
Well, for both nights, I'll be having 7 judges, 5, and then 2 alternate.
Okay, And you're gonna be, is it the same? You're throwing out the high and
High
throwing
and
out the
wide,
low?
correct,
What
yes.
about the criteria though? Does the criteria?
The criteria: lyrics 40, music 30, performance 30, 100 points.
Okay, but there was, and I know there was something mentioned about the presentation, which would be, of course, part of the performance. So, how can you explain that so that the audience knows?
Presentation, which is 10 points, the use of body, the hand, face, etc., the use of the stage, the microphone, etc. And then the 5 point to make it the 100 points is early arrival, because they can't use no pops on elimination.
Okay, so 5 points is going to be taken away from the performance category and given to early.
Right, because we limited pops.
Correct. So you can't
Because of-
have,
yeah,
you
because
can't
of
have any props
COVID-19,
on the
right.
stage. Okay, great. And based on what Desi said earlier, there's no live audience. No,
There won't be no
at this
live
point.
audience at this point. So the Calypsonian them can't even bring an extra person to watch them perform, as they normally do.
And no, you said early arrival gets the 5 points. What time do they have to be there by?
By 6:30.
6:30, an hour before. All right, guys, you heard it here. If you want that extra 5 points to get you through to the finals, then you need to be there at 6:30. So what now? From the eliminations, what happens? How many people you're picking, and what happens after?
From
that?
the elimination, it will be 15 Calypsonians going through to the finals to meet up with the reigning king, King Sakwati. So ultimately, we'll have 16 Calypsonians performing on the final night, which is December 29th.
December 29th is the Calypso
Finals.
finals. And do you know at this point whether you're going to have both bands as well?
Not sure yet, but I let everybody know.
Okay. All right. So, the Calypso, for the finals, do you know whether or not we're gonna have any a live audience?
Well, with that part as well, I'm not sure as yet how we're gonna do it. If we're gonna still have the virtual or we're gonna have audience, but it's early still, so we still have to wait and see what COVID-19 protocol will let us do so.
All right, and again, so just go over the details again for this weekend so that our audience can be aware. And of course, this is going to be a virtual experience, so don't try to get any tickets. Don't try to sneak in the park. We're going to have security, so you're not going to be able to get in. The show is going to be on ZIZ Radio, television, Facebook, YouTube, and also on the Carnival's Facebook and YouTube page as well. So just the information again. So
This weekend, Saturday 12th, we'll be going with 18 Calypsonians, 8 from Legends and 10 from Proud Sound. If you miss the 10th, we had 4 10s gone. If you miss the 10th, this is a chance for you to see the elimination and see the Calypsonian perform. You will hear people like singing Sharon, Lord Payne, Queen Brown Sugar, Lady Smooth, Jungle Lion, King Astro, Big Lies, King Godfrey, Queen Independent, Hollywood, Blanchett, and King Quig. Those are who performing on Saturday night. Then Sunday night, you have like Maury, King Isosop, he's back in the ring again. Navigator, Queenie G, Lord Cut, Sock Class and Ashes, Queen Kibby, Enforcer, Anasty, Lady Composer, Jack Spanner, Frankie Slide, Badman Polo, Mighty J, King Ovin, Singing Sensation, Kinta, Queen Diva, and the last man in the ring, Toki Killer. So those are the Calypsonians who will be performing on both tonight, Saturday and Sunday night.
Okay, and the time for the
show starts at 7:30 p.m.
And just to make sure that the Calypsonians are aware of this extra 5 points. That
Arrival time for the Calypsonians, 6:30. And they will be getting the 5 points to make it the 100 mark for criteria.
So I know that you're not part of the production team, but as the chairperson of the subcommittee, what time frame are we looking at for the show on both nights? Do we have like a specific amount of time, like 2-3 hours? Because I know, previous eliminations had gone for a long time, and the semifinals as well, too.
Well, the two shows for Saturday and Sunday, the two shows will be starting at 7:30, the same time.
Okay.
Calypsonians arrive the same time, 6:30.
Okay. So you don't have a specific whether you're going to finish at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at this point?
No, that's based on production. I guess when they finished up everything, they will send them to me and then.
All right. Well, Sharice, I want to thank you very much.
Sure, no problem.
You've been doing wonderful so far. The tents was
Thank you.
spectacular. And it's good to see so many women involved in Calypso and now at the helm as well. So it looks like, you'd be a good recruit for the Calypso Association.
Thank you.
That's hopefully going to come on board pretty well. I mean, there's a lot of work going on to actually ensure that we do have the Calypso Association. All right. So, guys, as usual, I want to thank you very much for logging in. And don't forget that at 5:30 today, so in 30 minutes time, there's a cross-cultural discussion about Calypso featuring King Socrates, King Baker Jr., His Majesty Baker Jr. out of St. Martin, and also we have Fish, the Mega Boss out of St. Martin as well, and a very popular Gordon Henderson from Exile 1. There's a discussion that's going to be on the Alliance Francaise page, their Facebook and YouTube page. So you can tune in to hear a lot of exciting discussions about Calypso and Cadence Lipso as well, because that's what Gordon Henderson from Exile 1 is going to talk about. We had a pre-discussion on Monday, and it's going to be very interesting. So just log in so that you can get to know how Calypso, where it came from, how it has evolved, and where it's going. Again, my name is Monarch, and this was episode 5 of Sugar Fix, which is all things Sugar Mass. We'll see you next week at 4:30 p.m. next Wednesday.